Welcome back, folks. I'm Tyler. Below me on my screen is TZ, the other Tyler, the less hot Tyler.
Okay.
To my left is Aiden. I don't know where he's. They're gonna be to my left and right on your screen. I might be in the middle. I might be on the side. Who really knows? But welcome back to Redbirds on the Arch. Our first question of the day to our viewers: if you see this on Twitter or in YouTube, please comment down below if you think Aiden looks like Nolan Gorman. It's a debate that's been raging on in
In
this
the chat.
in the chat for a while, and people, even on Dealing the Cards have said that guy looks like Nolan Gorman. So we're seeing if this is a commonly held belief. Well, today, guys, last time we did an episode, it was before the All Star break, so a lot's happened. The draft has happened. Cardinals picked up 23 new players plus some undrafted free agents and stuff. So the Cardinals got a good haul of prospects. The home run derby happened. Jordan Walker shocking the world, taking down Kyle Schwarber in Philly. That was awesome. And then the Cardinals have started playing. They played a series against the Diamondbacks that they dropped, and then they dropped the first game of the Angel series. And there's multiple very painful losses in since the All Star break has happened. So we'll talk about that and kind of what our feelings are about the team. So I guess let's start with Jordan Walker, right? Or I guess we can also one more. I forgot to mention we also had JJ Weatherholt get extended during the All Star break. So that was the last topic. I almost forgot. But let's get into Jordan Walker. Jordan Walker wins the home run derby in Philly, takes down Kyle Schwarber on well, honestly, was a magical final round. Right, he hit 6 balls in a row to beat him, including 4 of those magenta balls, which no one could hit pretty much all night. Like it was, guys were really struggling with that. So I'll throw it over to Aiden first. Does this help Jordan Walker's confidence? And you think this is kind of the superstar moment of his early career?
I don't. I mean, I don't know if his confidence was low going into it. I mean, this guy's been raking all year long. So, I mean, the confidence has already been there. Maybe the home run derby. I hate to use this word. Gave him some aura. um, I mean, it was just a really cool sight to see. I mean, obviously, he's the first Cardinal to ever win the home run derby, so obviously that's really exciting. You've had some pretty big names compete in the home run derby as Cardinals. Obviously, you've had Mark McGuire, Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday at one point. I'm sure there are other names I'm forgetting, but definitely some very notable names who didn't win it as a Cardinal. So definitely really cool for Jordan Walker, and I love the reaction from him and his teammates and Ollie and um,
The
just
family.
the family. I mean, just everybody. It was so cool. Cardinals Twitter was erupting. Like I haven't. It's been a while since Cardinals Twitter's been on like a high like that before. So just so happy for Jordan Walker. Very proud of him, and it was just really cool to see. Also, I took him first in our guesses because obviously you have to take the Cardinal first, so it paid off.
TZ, what's your main takeaway from Jordan Walker winning the home run derby?
First, I want to go back to the Aiden looks like Nolan Gorman thing. This is Nolan Gorman. Look at that. Same guy. So that's for all the people. They can look at that and compare. But anyways, Walker, Aiden took Jordan Walker first, which yeah, you have to take him for a Cardinal, but I even messaged Aiden. I said that's a really good pick. I think Walker's a really good choice for this. I even bet money on Walker. I bet money on Walker and Schwarber actually, and they were the last two, so that was cool. But I just think Walker was built for it. Like he's young, energetic. Like his swing is just like effortless, and he's got the power. And just throwing him soft pitches like that, like he's gonna just crank them. And so I had a lot of confidence in him going in that. I'm happy to see him win.
Yeah, one thing that I thought was kind of notable is like he was never the one hitting the furthest home runs, but he was definitely the one hitter that was hitting the most line drive home runs. Like you watch
Mm,
that, and he was, I mean, he was hitting a lot of those ones that were 10 rows deep, but they were like 109 and like perfect launch angle, like line drives off the bat. So I thought that was really interesting, and I felt like that almost let him during the home run derby like conserve his energy more because he wasn't going for that 490-foot bomb. He was going for like that 420-foot homer that was like a line drive instead, and it really allowed him to stay through the ball and not get on top of the ball, and really allowed him to have some really good streaks during that home run derby.
Not get worn out too.
Yeah, but Wilson Contreras was putting on a show. That was a
Yeah,
lot of
Wilson
fun.
Contreras
he
in the
was
first
hitting
round
some
was
bombs,
insane.
dude.
Didn't
He
he have
was
like
hitting
five
some
in a
hits.
row over 470 or something?
Yeah,
Something like
it was
that.
ridiculous. He was hitting like the concourse in the second deck like
Yeah.
consistently over there in left field.
He was definitely a shocker, at least for me. I thought he'd be okay, at the home run derby, but
He was getting
Yeah.
everything pull side.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew he'd at least make it the second round, and that's what he did. I was hoping he'd make it farther, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, boys, we'll move on to the other thing. Well, let's go JJ Weatherholt extension. 8 years, 112.5, right? Am I getting that right, or is it 115? I can't remember off the
I
top of
think
my
it's
head anymore.
112.5. That's
yeah, I
112.5. It
think
comes out
so.
to like 14 a year. I mean, honestly, for 8 years, and you're buying him out of one, two,
I think
free agent years,
of
3 years of free
agency.
agency. Yeah, because it starts next year. So, I mean, the Cardinals have their cornerstone now. There's no doubt about that, right? That this is the guy who's going to be here long term, and I don't think you could pick a more rounded, more well-rounded player than JJ Weatherholt. Like he's going to hit. He's showing off elite defense, which I don't think we expected. I think we thought he'd be a good defender at second base, but not like
Yeah.
the best in the league. Like there's just so many ways he's going to get value that 14 mil a year for the next 8 years, honestly sounds like a steal. TZ?
I know second base isn't a big position, but JJ still has the potential to be the best second baseman in the league, especially over that tenured. He's already, what would you say, like top five at least, probably around there
Hmm.
this year. So like that's really good, and it's only his rookie year, and he doesn't seem like a guy that's just gonna fall off or be like Walker, who had a good rookie year and then fell off for 2 years and then bounced back and all that. He seems like a pretty consistent type of guy, like Alec Burleson's been pretty consistent, which is why I've always liked him. But yeah, I really like this extension. I'd like to see a couple more.
Yeah. Aiden, anything on the not Jordan Walker, the JJ Weatherholt extension, and then we'll get into, going around the room here and seeing who else we think we might want to extend.
Yeah, it was obviously a great deal for the Cardinals. I mean, you just signed a possible 6 WAR player in his rookie year to what seems to be a pretty team-friendly contract. Though, I mean, JJ Weatherholt's still making a bag, obviously. So, I mean, good for him. I'm. You can tell he likes to play in St. Louis because he probably deserved a lot more money. But he's still also leaving the door for free agency when his new contract that comes up next year ends, because I believe he'll be 31
I think
Yeah.
when
so.
that contract ends. So that still kind of leaves the door open for another decent contract. So, I mean, it was also a smart move on his end. Get paid early in his career, and then leave the door open for another possible bag at age 31. So, I mean, he's
Yeah.
obviously been great, right? I mean, he's got
Mhm.
14 home runs as a second baseman, leads second baseman in outs above average, has a 3.7 F WAR. I think it's 4 on Baseball Reference. So, just very fortunate to have a player like JJ Weatherholt in St. Louis. We've been missing somebody like this, so really pleased.
Yeah. I guess we'll get into, I think the obvious one, right, is Jordan Walker as the next guy up for an extension, but there is some nuance in there. First off, this is like the only year he's performed outside of his rookie year, so it comes down to where's your risk, where's your reward factor with him, and with him already being in his fourth year, it's not going to be like a JJ Weatherholt 8 for 112. I mean, it's going to be 100, if not $200 million more than that type of price. So I guess we'll throw it to Aiden because I started with TZ with the last question. But Aiden, what do you think about a Jordan Walker extension, and kind of where's the point where you would say like maybe we shouldn't do this?
It's something you definitely need to consider, right? I mean, you've got a guy who's probably going to get MVP votes this year. I mean, I don't know where he's going to finish in MVP voting, but I don't know how he doesn't get any votes. I mean, the guy's got a three something war, 22 bombs right now. I mean, one of the league leaders in RBIs. He's just doing a lot right, and if this was like his true breakout year and his other 3 years were, you know, really bad, which two of them are, but he did show promise your rookie season or his rookie season because he had a good rookie year and he's really shown what he can be this year in a breakout year. I think it's more than likely a season like this could definitely repeat. Now, do I think he could do it year to year, annually? Maybe not, but I still think he could be an impact player in the lineup. Uh, and hopefully he doesn't go back to how obviously 2024 was and 2025 seasons were, because obviously those were really bad. So hopefully, he can at least be anywhere from average to above average if you were to extend him. And I think he could be that because he's shown you that he can be that in two of his seasons. So I think it's a good idea to probably extend him. I think it comes down to money.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like I've seen projections from different people. Derek Will even pointed out like a 260 over 8 years or 9 years is kind of realistic. And I mean,
Hmm.
at that point, you're getting up into like the $30 million AAV range, which for a guy who hasn't performed for 2 years and it only has a rookie year and a fourth year of production, I mean, I think 30 million, at least in my opinion, is pretty scary. I'm going to be honest with you, especially for a Cardinals team, which is not going to spend at the top of the market with the Dodgers and the Mets and teams like that. So, so
Yeah.
so I'm
If
not too confident if that's the price point. I think personally I would be a little bit over that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I think I'm with you on that. If Walker would have been like a slightly below average guy to like average, I could understand like 260, but we're talking about two really bad seasons. Just provided no value for you offensively, provided no value for you defensively. He was a negative WAR player in both those years. 260 just seems like a lot for a guy who, over his first three seasons, had a combined WAR that was below zero.
Hmm.
Yeah, TZ.
I'm all in for a Walker extension. I also thought the 8 for 260 was a little high. I was thinking more like 8 for 200 or something, just somewhere around more like 25 million per year range. Maybe a little lower years even. So what is he, like 23? He's still
Yeah,
young like
yeah.
that.
He's
So
JJ's age.
so maybe you get him like 7 years. What would that be? 175 million. That way he's making 25 million per year and he's a free agent when he's like 30. Because I know that's when most players like to be a free agent. Because
Yeah,
that's around the age they're still in their prime, so they can get a big contract, and it's like right before the downfall. So I know that's usually about the age people get those contracts. So I was 7 year 175, maybe 7 to 200 or something like that range, 8 200 something like that. I'd be all in for that. And I don't think he'd be against it. Like he's probably pretty confident in himself, but I mean he's here, he's with his friends. It's a young team, they're growing together. I I think he'd love to sign that. On top of that, like how many more years he got left to control? 3 or 4?
3.
Only 3? Oh, okay. So maybe we only get like 7 years. So
Yeah,
I would do something like that.
yeah. Besides Jordan Walker, I mean, I think the obvious ones, right, are Ivan Herrera or Alec Burleson. Maybe Mason Wynn if you think that he's going to provide enough value there with the bat to
Yeah.
be with his defense to kind of work. But I'll throw it over to TZ first. Anybody that kind of catches your eye for an extension outside of Jordan Walker and JJ Weatherholt?
My next guy would be Mason Wynn, to be honest. Uh, and the reason I say him is, yeah, the bat's kind of like mid. It's kind of average bat. He usually starts off pretty slow, and then the rest of the year he's kind of recovering a lot of that and finishes the season, I think, around a average hitter. But I mean, if you look at the numbers, his defense has been really rough this year, right? But I think he's still the best shortstop in the league. So I'm willing to give that guy a contract extension. And the only reason I say him over Alec Burleson and Herrera is because I was even talking to you guys about this the other day. I think one of them is the future first baseman, and one of them is out eventually. So
Yeah.
I they would be my next one to get an extension, but I would pick one and not the other yet. I would if you if next year like plans start to change because plans are always changing. Like let's be honest here. The plans start to change next year, and you're like, okay, maybe they'll both fit into the team's future. Then you extend the other one. But for now, I would just do Walker win and then hold off on one of those two.
Yeah. Aiden, any of those names stand out to you, or is there anybody else I didn't mention? Maybe like a Dustin May, or I doubt any of the pitching staff, is in consideration for an extension. But if there would be one, I would guess it'd be Dustin May with his stuff.
Yeah. First off, I just want to say that I find it really goofy that we say Mason Wynn's defense hasn't been as good this year, even though he's still like an 8 OAA guy, which is absurd.
It's still really good.
It just shows you like how good he is defensively when he's like
Yeah.
perfect, right? So
He's got a lot of errors, I think.
like 3 or 4. I don't think
Nah,
that's a ton,
he's
but
up to
I
like
thought he
five
had
this year already.
I
still,
thought he
I
had
mean,
like 8.
he's an elite fielder, and I just find it funny. I
Yeah.
think it's goofy, but
Yeah. Gives you a really high floor for a Mason Wynn extension, doesn't it?
yeah.
I don't like defensive numbers. I think I've told you that guys this before. Like, you just don't get a good read on defensive numbers. I feel like you got to look at defense is just something you have to watch and just see how it is. It's you can't look at numbers and actually understand their defense as much. Or what's that?
Do you think Jordan Walker's a good fielder?
Yeah, I think he's solid.
See,
I'm not saying he's top tier.
I know.
I,
Do you think
but
he's a
Yeah.
competent right fielder?
that just means like average. So yeah.
That play last night was kind of
So
embarrassing.
that's
So he makes. I didn't see the play. I
was
woke up
bad.
at 4:30 this
It was
morning.
bad.
It was bad.
So-
He basically blew the game for Riley O'Brien. Let's be honest.
Did
Yeah.
he? Well, he makes some bad decisions sometimes. My pet peeve on him defensively, as we've been going along, which he's gotten better, has been his throwing decisions. Like instead of throwing a guy out at third that he could get, he would try to force getting the guy out at home because that's the highlight play, and that's what you grow up watching, and that's what he would go for, and just dumb stuff like that, or like maybe you should hit your cut and then the cut can hit somebody else or get a better throw home or to third or something. And he just never did that. I just felt like he was just throwing it and not really thinking about it. But he's gotten better at that. Defensively, like just the glove, he's gotten better, but he still makes a few bad plays. I didn't see the one last night, but I believe you. He makes a couple of them. He's made probably 3 this year, I'm sure. So,
Yeah.
but like that's an average outfielder. You can't expect him to be perfect over 162 games.
yeah.
But
See, that's where you and I have a difference. I think he's a below average fielder. I see it on video, and his defensive metrics say he's a really bad fielder.
I feel like the defensive numbers say he's bad, yes, but I feel like he's more average. The arm strength is top tier.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
The
agree.
arm accuracy is even
It's
pretty
pretty
damn
good.
good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like on a scale of 1 to 100, I'd say his accuracy is like 90, like something like that, and the strength is like 99. It's unbelievable. But just some of the routes and all
Yeah.
that stuff he takes, like it is more mid, but I would still rather have him than like Joe Odell, you know?
Yeah.
And
I don't know enough about Joe Odell.
that was a guy we were comparing heavily to Walker
Yeah.
a year ago. And we were like, man, if he could be Joe Odell, we would take it. And now he's better than Joe Odell.
Yeah.
I already think he's better defensively, and the offense, obviously, he's been way better. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're getting a little off track.
Yeah.
I I think I agree with TZ. I'd be fine with giving Mason Wynn an extension. And I say that because obviously, huge news today. I know we're going to go over it later, but Rocco Maniscalco signed his
Deal with the Cardinals.
deal with the Cardinals, so
3.2 million.
he's now officially a Cardinal. And I think if you extend Wynn, it gives Rocco a safety blanket to develop. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? I like in my
He's
mind. It makes
he's a
sense.
17-year-old. You probably can't expect him to be up here for what, 5 years?
Yeah,
Um,
like unless like he really performs, then sure, maybe because obviously he's got that high upside.
But then you're talking about if he's here before his age 22, age 23 season, you're talking about probably a top 10 prospect in the game because his offense is developed with his defense, and he's probably, I mean, if he's here anywhere before his age 22 season, the Cardinals have a special player on their hands.
Yeah, so exactly. Like you could extend Wynn for like 4 or 5 years, and if Rocco's up here before then, I mean, obviously you have decisions to make, but that's later down the road.
I
There's
heard
not
he was going to go the third,
who.
Rocco.
No, no, that'd be a huge mistake. You're losing value from him as a fielder.
DG was on ESPN radio talking about how they could move him to third base today.
Oh, I really hope they don't do that. That would be a huge mistake.
I'm assuming that's a down the road decision. Like if him and Mason are there
Okay.
at the same time,
Yeah,
I
Okay.
would not assume that would be a minor. They're gonna let him play shortstop. He's gonna
just
be
like
really damn
JJ.
good shortstop. But yeah,
Just
yeah,
like JJ, they left him at shortstop till
Yeah.
into last year. He was kind of playing second too, just to
Yeah.
get a feel for it.
I thought JJ played a lot of second throughout the minors. No.
Yeah,
nah, he was mainly shortstop.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was mostly
So-
shortstop, like 2/3 of the games at least.
Yeah, I'm sure that was just Derek talking about how they could make it all work if they were all up here at the major leagues at the same time. Which,
Yeah. In which I'm guessing the way I don't know much about that player, but the way you guys are talking about him and the way I heard DG's talk about his arm strength, it sounds like he could play third. And I
Oh,
mean,
he can
Dude,
play
he's-
anywhere you want him to play.
He's so good.
yeah,
Apparently,
Maybe-
he played some catcher for Oxford this season, and apparently the pop time was like something ridiculous.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So
I
maybe
heard-
we'll just have another catcher on our hands. Maybe we'll just move Rocco to catcher.
Yeah.
apparently the
Plans-
money they gave him was like the price of a first round pick.
Oh yeah, I was.
Yeah.
His slot value was like 1.2 million or something like that, and they gave him 3.2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had to pull him away from Mississippi State, where
Yeah.
Also
They were
the
talking
youngest
about how
draftee
it's-
of all time.
yeah, youngest. Yeah, is it youngest of all time or just youngest Cardinals?
All
No,
time,
youngest
I'm
of all
pretty
time.
sure.
He's only
Oh, it's all
17
time.
years old in 2 months.
Yeah. I heard all that, and DG said youngest Cardinal, and he said they were looking into the youngest draft player of all time, but he acted like that. Those numbers are hard to pull up. So
I'm sure they are because you have to.
I mean, if you go
so
back to
far.
like 1900 or late 1900s, whatever. But
yeah, but Mason Wynn's my answer. Gives Rocco, I think, a safety blanket. Plus, I don't think there's another shortstop in the system that would be a better option than
no,
a guy like Mason Wynn.
no. don't
Like
think so.
I think your next best option would be like Jesus Baez, and I don't know if I would trust him at shortstop.
What
No,
about
he's-
Padilla?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's pretty far still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with him much this year.
And the question with Padilla right now is like, can the guy even stay on the field enough to get his development going correctly? Because he hasn't been on the field nearly enough to even like really know where his development's going to start to go at any
Yeah,
point.
but he's been good this year when he's been on the field.
All 15 games.
Yeah. All right. We got to keep rolling.
Okay, we got
We're
it.
getting off topic a lot.
Okay.
Could I say one more real quick
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be against? Okay, I'm going to take heat for this one. I've just been trying to be a little controversial here, but
Don't say too far.
Uh,
I wouldn't be against the Newt Bar one. I wouldn't be against it because I don't know. Joshua Baez I really like, but like he's hitting 250 in AAA right now, or maybe lower now, and
he's
that
been
just
cool
scares
lately.
me.
Yeah, he's been pretty cool
Yeah,
recently.
that just scares me. So I mean, if he's hitting 250 in AAA, what's he gonna hit up here? 200?
Yeah,
Is it?
I wouldn't worry about batting average with him.
I
That's never
do.
really
I'm
been
gonna
his
worry
game.
about it when he's hitting 200, though.
Yeah, but if he's hitting 200 and gets you 25 bombs,
Then we might as well call Nolan Gorman back up.
but
No,
he doesn't do that.
Nolan Gorman doesn't get you 20 bombs anymore. He's a two
Yeah,
to five bomb guy a year type of
to the five.
yeah,
Yeah.
not quite. He's
That's a
like a
little
10
low.
homer a year guy.
Plus Joshua Baez can steal you some bases. He is kind of quick.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be against like
But New
having
Bar's already
four
like up in
outfielders.
age.
yeah, Newbar's almost 29.
He is
I'm
20.
not. I'm
He's
not
almost
trying to
30.
give him a long-term extension. Just like he's got another year left, so 3 or 4 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
3 years, 45, something
Do you,
like that. I
do you
don't
guys
know.
want to know my extension candidate?
George
No,
Soriano.
just kidding.
Rainiel Rodriguez. Give the guy the bag. Get him that like 10-year like $80 million
You
extension
can't
and
do that
I
till he's
can't
at
do
least in
that.
AAA.
let it,
Dude, if we have
let
another
it
chance
ride.
at a PPI pick in 2 to 3 years because of Rhinel Rodriguez, I'm so for it. I'm so for it, dude.
Do you want the PPI pick? You don't want the extension?
Bro, you can give him
Not go
both.
after.
Get the PPI pick and give him an extension. Do it. It's like what they did with JJ this year.
You don't get
Okay.
a one of those picks if you extend them first.
No. No.
So like
If
Laura from the Brewers, nothing,
nope, can't get
Nope.
a PPI pick for him.
or
If
Churio last year.
nope.
Nope.
Mm-mm. So if a prospect signs before they make their major league debut,
Yeah.
you cannot get a prospect incentive pick anymore.
For winning Rookie of the Year.
This
Yeah.
is what we do. We work out a deal, and then the day after he plays his opening game, then you sign the deal.
I
Bada
mean,
bing,
I
bada
guess
boom.
That's what they
technically
basically
you
did with
could
Connor.
do that.
That's what they did with Connor Griffin, basically. Didn't he have like 6 games at the major league level when they signed that extension?
Yeah, I can't remember how
It
the
was
rule
something
is
little.
though, because the rule's a little weird. They have, because don't they have to? Maybe not. I was thinking they have to be on your opening day roster, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
No, because Paul Skeens got the Pirates one, didn't he? Like
I don't
his
think
rookie year.
I don't think that was PPI. What or
He didn't get an extension.
But he gave him. Aiden said they have to be on your opening day roster. That's the debate right now.
No,
Not the
you have to
extension.
just get a full year of service time, which is over 75 days on the active roster.
Something
I
like
believe.
that. Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of days. Yeah, you have to finish in. Don't you have to finish in top rookie voting too, or something?
You have to be the Rookie of the Year.
I thought it was like top three,
I don't remember.
something like that.
so you could
Yeah.
win Rookie of the Year, place top 3 in MVP or Cy Young voting prior to qualifying for arbitration. So for some reason, so let's say like JJ for
Oh.
some reason didn't win Rookie of the Year this year, right? If
Yeah.
Jordan Walker came in top 3 in MVP, the Cardinals would still get a PPI pick.
It said before ARB.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Walker's not an
Okay,
RB
he
yet.
starts ARB next year.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. This
That's
says
cool.
players with little or no MLB service time need to break camp with the team or be within 2 weeks of opening day.
Okay. I think Skeens was something like that. He might have been a little after,
Was
but
Connor Griffin up by then?
Yeah, because it was their first home game.
Okay. Yeah,
or
I guess.
something like that.
I can't remember.
Like they started off cold or something, and they called him up.
Yeah. Look at what
Yeah.
you did, TC. You've got us on a whole nother conversation now.
These are the
Okay.
good episodes, though.
All
We're in
right.
the ditch, guys.
We
Guys, let's
gotta
get
go.
back on the road. Let's get back on the steer us back over here.
This is what the people want to hear.
Okay, guys. So I think we're all kind of in the same boat of like Herrera or Burleson, both with their first base pretty much profiles. Herrera's probably not going to stick behind the plate with how bad he is at throwing out runners. Um, I think you could extend one of them, but probably not both of them. And at the same time, first base is not really a position where you see a ton of extensions because it's not really a valuable position. So, um, are either of you for Herrera or Alec Burleson? And if you had to pick one or the other, which ones would you pick? Or which one of those would you pick?
Man. I feel like it. That's such a loaded question, man.
Can I break it? I'll break it down for you.
Sure.
So it is a really tough decision. I think the league's going very lefty heavy. Uh, who would you say is a better hitter? I think some people say Herrera, like the numbers look a little better, but I feel like Burley's a little better of a hitter.
I trust Herrera against both sides of the plate when he's hitting. I don't trust
Yeah,
Alec Burleson against lefties at all.
that's fair. That's fair. Um, Another thing to break down. Um, the league's going very lefty heavy. I think there's a lot more lefties in today's game, pitching, hitting, all that. So maybe Burleson's a little easier to replace. Burleson's older. Burleson has less control. But the pros for Burleson, I think he's a better hitter. Um, so I like that. So that's why it's a hard decision for me. But again, with everybody going lefty, maybe it's better to keep a righty.
I also think Ivan Herrera's with his. I think he's got more athleticism than Alec Burleson. I think he's going to end up being a
Yeah,
better first base defender if he ends up transitioning over than Alec Burleson is.
yeah. He could be more like Contreras
Yeah.
defensively.
Dude, I still don't know.
I don't know who to pick either. I wouldn't
I'd be
extend
happy
either
with
one
either,
of them.
honestly.
I
I
would be
wouldn't
too.
I wouldn't extend either one of them. I would wait till that big name becomes available. Like these are just stupid names. Like don't judge me on them. It's just one's on my wish list. I want the Astros to sell. If the Astros are selling Jordan Alvarez, Hunter Brown, some top name like that, and they say, "Hey, like we want one of those two." I'm like, "Okay, take your pick, and I'll take the other one." For real.
Yeah.
I mean, I
But
would too, because Jordan
I mean, you have
Alvarez
to
is
give
just a
up more.
demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to give up more in either one of those trades. Like, I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
saying it's even switch or anything like that before I get attacked by
No,
anybody.
I knew what you meant. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, if they
that's
were
just the
like
first
one of
piece.
those two guys have to be in the trade, it's nothing against them. Like both Burleson and Herrera are
Yeah,
great, but when you get the opportunity to get a guy like Jordan who is consistently hitting like 30 to 40 home runs every year and has a
he's so
1,000
good.
OPS and gets on base, I mean, I don't know how you pass that up.
Uh,
He's the reason that team is not selling this year. He has kept them in it, and I still think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think right now, like if the season ended today, he'd be a Triple Crown winner.
Yeah, something like that. It's close, if not.
yeah. Another reason I might be hold off on a Herrera or Burleson extension is I feel like the Cardinals are starting to build up what I would call some decent first base like depth down the minor leagues. That's kind of interesting. Jack Durovich is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, Blaze Jordan's up here, and who knows if he becomes if he probably profiles more as a first baseman. I think Caden Ferraro, the guy they just drafted in the third round, I mean, he's just a really polished bat that kind of reminds me of a better Alec Burleson at the college level, and could be something real special from the right side. So I think he could maybe profile as first baseman.
The right side?
Or is he a lefty or righty?
Ferraro's a lefty.
Ferraro's a lefty. Why did I
Yeah.
say righty? I don't know.
And you got
Um,
Rodriguez,
I
who
mean, yeah,
could be a first
Rainiel
baseman.
could profile there if Bernal becomes like the catcher we think he. So the Cardinals have some first base options down the minor leagues that might cause you to hold off on an extension of an Alec Burleson or an Ivan Herrera.
Yeah, that's why I'm just holding on to both, and I'm waiting for a big name to become available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know the name, and I can't really give you a name, but once it's available, like maybe it's a third baseman. We really need a third baseman. Maybe it's an ace like Hunter Brown, and like once that name's available, I'm going for it. I'm not overpaying for all the mid players at the trade deadline. I'm going for the big names,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whether it's now or in the off season.
Well, boys, I think the extension stuff. I think we've went around in about 5 circles, down in a couple ditches, and across a couple creeks to get there. But we got through that segment. So let's get to the draft. I know me and Aiden did a 5-hour live stream with Dealing the Cards. We've done a Birds on the Farm episode since then. We're currently writing. That article should be coming out tomorrow or Thursday or something like that. We're getting pretty close on that. But the Cardinals had 7 first-day selections. With their first pick, they went outfielder Trevor Condon from Etowah High School in Georgia. Then they went Tegan Coons, right-handed pitcher out of Tennessee. Rocco Maniscalco, a shortstop out of Oxford High School. Then they went Andrew Williamson, an outfielder out of UCF in Florida. And then Montesa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Montesa with their Dawson, not Drew. I knew it was a D. Yeah, I'm all. Dawson Montesa, out of West Virginia, right-handed pitcher with their second comp B pick from the Brendan Donovan trade. So Williamson and Montesa finish out the Donovan trade. And then it was Caden Ferraro, the outfielder slash first baseman slash hitter, because that's really what he is.
I think he could maybe play outfield. I think they'll try it.
Yeah. And then D. Kennedy, the shortstop out of Kansas State. So, Aiden, I'll let you start with whichever one of those names you want to break down. Or TZ's got his hand up. So
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't be able to say much on this stuff. I didn't really look deep into it like you guys. So I'm going to ask some questions for you guys.
Okay. You can lead this segment. I'll let you.
I was going to do a take it or leave it today, but we don't really have time. So, but I'm going to give you one of the take it or leave it's I had. That shortstop that we took with the 3rd pick.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Rocco
Maniscalco.
Is it Maniscalco or Maniscalco? I've heard both. It's one of them.
We'll have to wait till he signs and we hear him actually pronounce it.
He just signed, didn't he?
Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, he signed,
Yeah.
but we haven't heard him pronounce his name.
Okay. So, take it or leave it. He's the best player out of this draft that we drafted.
Ooh.
Like the best player now, or are you saying the guy with
At
the
the end
most
of the
potential?
in 20 years, who will we say was the best player out of this draft?
See,
I'm gonna leave
this is tough because literally on Birds on the Farm, we talked about how close are Trevor Condon and Rocco Maniscalco, and both farmhands and I said, like, it's pretty close. Like,
Yeah.
they're both like neck and neck there.
Yeah. I prefer Condon personally. I think when you look at what Condon does, I think there's a much higher floor with his game, with the contact and the speed and the defense. So I think the likelihood is that Trevor Condon's the better player when we look back on it in 20 years. That being said, Rocco might have the higher ceiling. Like, if he reaches his ceiling, he's probably the better player.
So that's what the question really is.
Who lives up to that?
But do I think Rocco gets to his ceiling?
I'd
Right?
say,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm in total agreement with farmhands here. Like, I think Rocco has the potential to have the highest ceiling out of anybody because obviously we've talked about it already. Just unbelievable defense. Like, he and Aiden Ruiz were 2 guys who really impressed me during the draft combine, watching their fielding abilities. I mean, just unbelievable. And obviously, the raw power is there for Rocco. I mean, that was something that really jumped out for farmhands and I and a bunch of the Cardinals prospect team. I think I've got to go with Trevor Condon, too. I think the ceiling is still really high for Condon. Just the floor is so much higher because while the defense isn't as good compared to Rocco,
Hard to compare.
it's still
Hard to
plus.
compare
Yeah, exactly. But it's still
over
plus
because they're not the
points.
same position.
Yeah,
So it's
How old's Trevor Condon?
18.
18.
But Trevor Condon's a much better hitter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say this: it's hard to project when kids are that young.
Yeah, it's a
Especially
risky
the
profile.
Rocco, who's the youngest player ever drafted. It's way too hard to project, but I just thought it would be a very fun question for you guys.
Yeah. TZ, I'll say one thing. You're gonna love watching Trevor Condon play baseball when he gets into the minor league system because this guy just plays with his hair on fire. Like this guy wants to win, and he doesn't want anybody else to win. He hates losing, and like you just watch the way he gets out of the box, and I mean the guy goes,
Yeah.
for better or worse, he goes puts his balls in the wall when he plays baseball.
Let's just say my favorite quote from this year was Trevor Condon when he said, "I hate losing more than I love winning."
That's from a movie.
I don't care
Or a TV
what
show.
movie,
It's from a
whatever
TV
movie,
show.
TV show it's from. Delete it from the face of the earth because it's Trevor Condon's quote now. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
when
think
I
it's
saw
from
that
Shorzy.
clip, I got goosebumps. I was like, that's a cold quote. So
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
from Shorzy, and we're not deleting that show.
no,
a
I
great
didn't say
show.
delete the show. I said delete the quote out of the show. Or maybe I said delete the show. I don't know.
I'm kind of that way. I always hate losing. I'm a sore loser. I'm not a sore winner. I hate sore winners, but I am a bad loser.
All right. So we've talked about Rocco. I feel like we've talked about Trevor as well. So I feel like we should probably go with another name outside of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a new question.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir
Who's this year's Matthew Mayura?
Owen Henney. Owen Henney
Okay.
is this year's Matthew Meyer.
You think
A
so?
guy that-
I was thinking Lowbliner.
Lowbliner.
Yeah.
What do they play? They both
Lowbliner is
outfielders.
well. Henny's a shortstop out of D2 Seton Hall.
Neither of
Seton
them are
Hill.
outfielders.
Neither of them outfielders. Henny's out of D2 Seton Hill. No one really knows about him. He's like 6'3", 175 pounds. So there's a lot of projection on the frame. Makes a ton of contact, similar to what Mayura did last year. Pretty good defender at shortstop. Probably can stick there. If not, he'll probably end up being a utility player, maybe like a Brendan Donovan or, who's else I was gonna say like a JJ Weatherholt, like when he was in the minor leagues. Like I think there's an interesting profile there, and similar to Mayura, he wasn't really known on draft day, and there wasn't much about him. So I think Henny's probably the best comp. Same round as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was Lowbliner just because Mura was known for his defense at Hawaii, and Lowbliner is obviously a great defensive catcher. The only difference between the hitting profiles is Lowbliner has better power, for sure.
Okay.
And he can't contact.
But he can't hit. So, which when Mura was drafted, either he couldn't really hit either.
Lowbliner's like your Pedro Pajes this year.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comp too.
Elite defensively, but a work in progress to say the least offensively.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one more question.
Okay.
Okay.
What pitcher is most likely to make it to the majors first and stick here?
That's too easy of a question.
Yeah. Okay.
It's-
It is? Okay.
Cal Randall.
I feel like it's got to be Cal Randall.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm just letting you guys.
That fastball is already a top 5, top 6 fastball in the major leagues right now.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's got a major league ready fastball.
I've heard of it. I just wanted you guys to inform the people, basically.
Yeah.
And see if you guys said any other names.
But the thing about Cal Randall is he's going to throw you the fastball, and then he's going to throw you the fastball again, and then he's going to throw you the fastball again,
Yeah.
and then guess what he's going to go with on his next pitch? The fastball.
Perf.
Yeah, so that's my favorite part about Cal Randall. Like, Cal, if you're listening to this, dude, and thank God we don't get any kind of revenue from Spotify, so I can say this. I love a good FU fastball. I love when a hitter's standing in the batter's box and he knows it's coming, but you could still just throw it and blow it by him. And Cal Randall has that. I absolutely adore that. That and a high vert cutter, I love it. Like, I
I
instantly love you.
yeah, I
So,
do love pitchers that say, "You know what's coming. I don't care. I
yeah.
don't give a f.
Yeah, dude.
Here it is. You're not gonna hit it because I'm
Yeah,
better
dude.
than you."
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that from a pitcher, and I think Cal Randall has that. So,
Yeah. But besides Cal Randall, I think Tegan Coons with his 4.7% walk rate, like I think, and with his pitch mix, I think that's a good recipe for him to start, in Double A or whatever, like Doyle did this year, and make it up to the major leagues pretty fast because he does have better command than a Liam Doyle had, or a Tanner Franklin had. So I think he might move faster than those two, just based
yeah.
on the command alone, because you can get away with a lot in the minor leagues if you just have good command.
Yeah, the biggest thing for him is how fast can he develop his breaking pitches, right? That'll
Yeah.
be his biggest thing. So, obviously, time will tell with that. But uh, I'm gonna kind of change your question here. It's gonna be like a question for Farmhands and I. Outside of the obvious two, like Coons and Randall, who is your favorite pitcher from this draft? Because obviously, we took like 10,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe not that much, but it was a lot.
I'll go Jacob Haley, the 11th rounder out of South Alabama. He's very similar to Cal Randall with the fastball, less velo, but like it's kind of a similar fastball in terms of shape and how he gets down the mound and release height and stuff. But he does have a couple breaking pitches that work well off that, and I think it's the sweeper and the curveball, or the sweeper and the slider. Can't remember off the top of my head, but he's really interesting. But he's just been injured a lot and hasn't pitched that much. He pitched well in the Cape Cod League and at South Alabama, but it just comes down to can he stay healthy and kind of pitch at a higher level than he did at South Alabama.
Yeah, Jacob Haley's a really good pick. For me, I already really liked the Jaden Alba profile,
Yeah,
but today I was writing about him for our draft article,
yeah,
and I fell in love with his profile even more. I think the fastball's going to be good enough to work at any level, but what I didn't notice before was how gross his changeup is. He throws a kick change, but he doesn't throw it much, so obviously there's not a lot of confidence there. But I think if the Cardinals could get him to find a lot of confidence in that pitch, I think that's his best secondary pitch. It's a kick change. It's got good movement profile. Kill spin. He averaged only 1,000 spin on it. That's crazy. It had a 0% barrel rate, and it had almost a 50% whiff percentage in the like 5% he used it. I think it's a pitch he could use to both sides if he wants to. Obviously, he'll have to throw it to the left against lefties more, but I just really like the profile. I think he's got to clean his mechanics a little bit, but I think there's something there. I think they could really do something with Alba. That's somebody I'm really intrigued by.
I thought you were going to say another one of your favorites,
Derek
which is
Schaefer?
10th rounder.
Nick Bond.
Nick Bond.
I've learned I have like 3 new favorite pitching prospects here. It's Derek Schaefer, who was Jaden Alba's teammate at Arizona State, and Nick Bond. Dude, that guy's great too. I mean, just a great draft.
I'll flip the question around to you. Not pitcher, but who's the quickest hitter to the major leagues?
Oh man, I've heard people say D Kennedy.
I think Caden
I
Ferraro
think it's
can
got
look
it.
like-
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just got to be Caden Ferraro. Obviously the contact rates are there. Doesn't swing and miss much. The raw exit velos are just unbelievable. Obviously he's got to pull the ball in the air a little bit more, and he's a great gap to gap hitter. So there's just so much to like about his profile, and he, like you said earlier, he reminds me of Alec Burleson, but with the ability to have more pop.
Yeah, and better swing
position?
decisions.
And better swing decisions.
What position?
He's
Somewhere.
he DH'd a lot at
Oh God.
Texas
Texas Tech.
Tech, but he's played some
God.
first base. He's also played some outfield, and actually, at the MLB Combine, he did pretty good in the sprint speed and in the jump test, which makes some scouts think there's obviously gonna have to be work there with the routes and how to actually play the outfield, but like there's enough athletic ability there for him to be an outfielder.
Play like
So,
left field.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably play left field. But
Does he have
like
the
I said,
arm
this
strength?
I don't know, but again, this guy was picked to be a hitter. I mean, he was 90th percentile in pretty much every offensive category in NCAA
Yeah.
baseball this year.
So this is a little more athletic Blaze Jordan.
Nah,
No, this is
no,
a
that's
way
a much better
Blaze
hitter
Jordan.
than yeah, much better hitter than Blaze.
No,
Jordan.
no offense to Blaze Jordan, just
Like
Yeah.
if this guy had any defensive position, he'd be a top.
he
six
probably
pick.
yeah, he probably would have been a
6th pick in
first
the
rounder,
draft.
like an early first rounder.
Yeah, like this guy's legit offensively.
And
He just
and maybe if he had
doesn't
a
know where
little
to
more
play defense.
if he had a little more game power too, I would add. He did only hit 8 home runs. So if there was a little more game power, I would say I would be confident in him being like a top 10 pick. But because
Yeah.
there wasn't so much in-game power, I would say like top 20 to 25 is probably a better range. But
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, this guy he probably would have been a first rounder regardless if it wasn't for the defensive questions.
Yeah. Any other questions you have for us, TZ?
Nope,
Nope.
not for now.
Oh. Any last players you want to comment on?
You want to know
Aiden?
my least favorite pick, TZ?
Sure.
Clayton Freshcourt and Colin Ritchie because they are not St. Louis Cardinals.
Are those the two guys that didn't sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say both are great players.
Yes.
like
well,
like if the Cardinals I'm not saying they're my least favorite picks because I don't like them. I love them. I think they're both great players. It's just the Cardinals didn't sign. So
both were security blankets in case a guy like Rocco didn't sign.
Yeah.
Then you could go, switch to them and sign two college guys.
yeah, I felt bad for Colin Ritchie. He, in my eyes, he seemed like a definite first 5-round kind of guy.
His asking price just must have been too high.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, he was a. I don't think he was a finalist for the Golden Spikes, but I think he was like in the conversation.
Yeah, semifinalist.
Yeah. I just don't know how
What's
he
the
did
Golden Spikes?
like MVP,
The college
for
MVP.
college baseball.
Okay.
I mean, he was unbelievable at Oklahoma State. I was really shocked nobody took a shot at him in the first 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And Freshcorn's great as well. He had like a 3 ERA at Texas A&M, and that's
walked
an
like
SEC
two.
school.
He walked like 2.5% of batters or something. Like crazy command.
They're
tell you
both great players.
I can tell you my least favorite prospect. Drew Titsworth. Because the Cardinals did not draft him.
That's not
What an
his.
outrage.
Went to the Phillies in the 11th round.
This is an outrage that the Cardinals did not get Drew Titsworth. I've been high on this guy for months.
For months. Yeah, right.
It was months. Hold up. Don't make me pull the tweet.
We should move on to what the Cardinals are doing right now.
Yeah, you guys do that while I pull the tweet.
Okay, boys. So the Cardinals went out to Arizona like they've done the last 4 years. I mean, that's honestly shocking. The Cardinals have played Arizona out of the All-Star break for 4 straight years now, which is kind of crazy. And they dropped 2 of 3, including a last game where they give up a 7-run lead and blow it with a Nolan Arenado tied game, and then a Perdomo? Was it a Perdomo walk-off?
No, it was a Perdomo inside the park home run.
Oh, yeah.
That should not have been an inside the park home run.
Because Jose Fermin doesn't know how to play the outfield.
Yeah. And then Nolan Arenado hit a 2-run home run to tie it in the 8th.
Oh.
And then I think it was Max Kepler
Kepler,
walked
Yeah,
it
Kepler.
off.
who's on PEDs, so it shouldn't count.
It doesn't count. It doesn't matter.
Did you guys hear what the announcer said of Kepler? I think it was the visitor announcer during his
did.
first game back.
Yeah.
That was great.
Was it? I think it was the Rays broadcaster, wasn't it?
I
Somebody
don't
like
remember.
that.
For the people at home, he
He just
flew
missed
out
a
the
home run.
deep center. Yeah, it was like the warning track, and they're like, "That would have been a home run 82 games ago."
Yeah, that's so good. I think that was the Rays broadcaster. That was so good.
It was great.
Oh.
And then,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about last night, Farhands?
Yeah, so the Cardinal Kyle Leahy pitches excellently, which he's been on a very good roll. That's one of the positives of this Cardinal team right now is Kyle Leahy. I mean, he's looked like one of our best pitchers for a little bit now. Um, but then, we get through Stanek, which is lucky, and then we get through Soriano, which is a little bit less lucky, but still kind of lucky.
No, he's been good.
And,
Give the
and
man
then we
some
get to
credit.
Riley O'Brien, and Riley O'Brien hits a guy, then gives up a walk, and then what was it? A single or was it another walk? And then another hit, and then a hip. Or no, it was a what was it? It was
It
a
was a single
single,
and then a
double,
walk. No, I think then it was a
walk.
walk because it was
Then
first and second.
then it was the double where Jordan Walker just totally misplays the ball at the wall and totally misses
Yeah,
what would have been a simple catch.
yeah.
And then after that, Riley O'Brien just absolutely destroys Joe Adele by hitting him in the shoulder with a pitch.
Okay, so I think I remember it. It was single, and then it was hit by pitch, I believe.
Yeah,
Then it was the double,
the double.
and then it was second and third, and they
Yeah.
intentionally walked whoever it was,
Yeah.
and
And
then they hit somebody.
And then, yeah, Riley hits Joe Adele. It was 3-0 anyway. He would have walked him, even if it wouldn't have hit him.
Yeah,
And the Cardinals lose 2-1. Offense
that's
didn't show up. Ivan Herrera struck out a million times.
Yeah, he's been
yeah.
he's been
Just a rough day. So I'm going to throw it over to Aiden real quick. What's your feelings about the Cardinals right now as we start to approach the trade deadline, and what direction do you think this team is going? You think this is just a small rut, or you think this is something that's going to be a larger problem throughout the second half of the season?
I mean, it finally feels like the pitching is imploding, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's felt like it was going to happen eventually, and unfortunately I think it's happening now.
Yeah.
Could it get better again? Maybe. I'm not fairly confident in it. I think it just makes more sense to sell right now. Obviously, you got some pieces that just probably won't be here next year. A couple that will be, and I just think you need to take advantage of that. So, I don't think it would hurt if you bought like a reliever who maybe you felt has the capabilities to stick in a major league bullpen while also being controllable for a few years. I think if you wanted to do that, that would make sense. But
Can I
I
give
mean,
you a
that's
name?
who?
What would you think about if you bought? It's really low. Devin Williams.
No,
No.
that's too big of a contract for me. I don't think it's worth it.
What if they ate some of it though?
I don't know, dude. He's been just as bad.
TZ, what's your general vibes around this team and kind of what you're thinking here?
I want to slam my head in a door.
You know what? That's very
That
fair.
that's my feels. Uh, what was it? Yandy commented on somebody's post about tonight's game can't be worse than the last two, and Yandy said last night wasn't nearly as bad as Sunday night. And I said um, they both made me sad or something. I forgot exactly what he
Yeah.
said. They both made me just pissed off or something. But yeah, there's no worse way to lose than hitting a batter and walking one in. Like that's just a terrible feeling. Losing a game when you're up 7-0. I didn't see it till we were up 7-1. But so that was terrible seeing. Um, this bullpen just felt like it was gonna blow up all season, and it kind of slowly was here and there, and now it just fully is. Like I feel like I don't trust anybody in the bullpen.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. We gotta sell. Like the only way you can buy at this deadline and think we can make a playoffs is if you pull a 2011 trade deadline and you just rebuild the bullpen on the fly. But I don't think the Cardinals are willing to trade away that much.
Yeah, I
So
mean
it's like
you're gonna
how,
take out your whole middle section of your prospects, everybody in that kind of
yeah,
10 to 20 range to get enough bullpen arms to really make it work.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like how you do that unless like I, I mean you could trade away May, maybe have a three-team trade. Like May goes to a team, that team trades prospects to a team, and that team gives us a relief pitcher, like maybe something like that.
If they trade away both Stanek and JoJo, I think they're gonna have to acquire some sort of relief pitcher in one of those trades to even just make the bullpen work this year. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm just saying if we only bought, they could put what's his name? What's the lefty in AAA? Maltz,
Mott's.
Moss, yeah,
Bryson
they could put
Maltz.
him in the bullpen. He's
He
actually already
could be
transitioned over to the
JoJo's.
bullpen a little bit,
Yeah, that could be JoJo's replacement. You just need one for Stanek, basically.
and they can
But
make it work. They could go like Cabe Winquest or something
Yeah,
else.
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
WinQuest, maybe pick up someone on waivers,
Scott
especially
Blue. I
from
mean, they
these.
could just keep Scott Blewett in there.
No,
Yeah,
no.
these teams that are buying will probably be DFA and somebody. Like maybe you can get a good ad from
Yeah,
there. Um, literally, unless you can trade like some crappy players that you don't want no more, like someone like you can give Gorman for what was that guy, Sean Armstrong type of trade, like we did with Dylan Carlson.
And kept
yeah.
If
Sean
you,
Armstrong for what, 2.5 weeks?
well, we cut him so he could go for a playoff team, which the Cubs picked him up, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
But they didn't that year. They didn't make the playoffs
Oh,
with
Yeah.
Sean Armstrong.
oh yeah,
So that was sad for him. But yeah, if we could trade like Gorman for a Sean Armstrong type, and then trade a Crooks for a relief pitcher, which people are going to get pissed at because that means more Pajas, but it might help this team overall if we could get a bullpen arm.
Yeah,
So
I just don't see any realistic way you can buy at this point, right?
yeah,
Like even if they do go on a run and like get to a decent spot in the wild card standings, like I'm still not too confident they'll be willing to rebuild this bullpen to the point where it would actually be a true contending bullpen, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. On
Because you really,
ESPN
how
Radio,
many
they made
guys?
a good point.
I guess I'll ask you because I've always thought three, but how many guys would you have to trade for to make this bullpen somewhat confident in it? Three guys, two guys? You think just one addition would make it work? I don't think that would make it
You
work.
would
Like
need a closer and another guy.
at
I don't
least.
trust Riley O'Brien closing. He can maybe be a setup guy, but I think you need another. You need somebody better than him.
Which is going to be expensive.
Yeah, which the only guy available is Mason Miller.
Nah,
And
you
what's
got
that
Cal
cost?
Randall. We're good.
Yeah, just
Just
him
let Cal
sit.
Randall pitch.
I mean, if he's ready, maybe he could be the one of the other pieces. But oh man, you
Yeah,
just
How
you
cool
need
would
at
that be,
least
though?
two top end pieces.
just instantly
I
send him to the majors.
Yeah, do you know how cool that would be? And like, if he was just blowing it by major leaguers, that'd be so cool. That would actually be so awesome.
Ugh. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work.
they're going to
It's,
try him as a starter first. So
Oh God,
I mean, they could try. That's a conversation for
no,
later.
please
I
don't.
don't think it's gonna work.
No.
okay, boys.
Does he have a good secondary pitch at all?
He doesn't have a
Yeah,
second.
his fastball.
He played. He throws his fastball off his fastball, and it just
Yeah, he's
kind
got
of
a
works.
four seam and a two seam.
Nah, he's
No,
got three
he,
four saves.
he literally used his fastball 90% of the time. TC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what was the second pitch?
He flashed a like slider that kind of
Yeah,
was something, and then
he threw a few different pitches, and I kind of wonder if it was more of like testing the waters with it. He threw a changeup that was basically his fastball, just 8 miles an hour slower, and then he
Sounds like
threw
it got hit hard.
and then he threw a slider, and then he threw a cutter, which I kind of liked the cutter. The cutter was kind of a nice pitch. But
I think if they develop him as a starter, it's going to be very much a Lance Lynn type, where you get a fastball, cutter, sinker. primarily,
Slider.
and just kind of have maybe a slider or a curveball or just something that you kind of flash, but it's not really one of your main pitches. And just
Yeah.
kind of spam different types of fastballs, like a Lance Lynn, like a Cam Schlittler type.
Maybe
Yeah.
he can
He's
throw
gonna
a
need
swing.
something off speed to throw in there.
Yeah. Okay, boys. Any more comments about the Major League Cardinals, or are we ready to finish off this episode? And next episode will be really close to the trade deadline, and we'll have more information about kind of what direction the Cardinals are going.
Yep.
Okay, boys.
I'm
Thank you
sad.
guys for watching, and we'll see you next time on Redbirds on the Arch.